What up, YouTube? So it has just been raining up a storm here and has not stopped, won't stop. Looking forward to it ending soon and having the chance to go out. But I wanted to do a video, hopefully you guys stay tuned, on 5 things you need to start off in kayak fishing. So number one, what you're definitely gonna need, and it's the most obvious thing, is you're going to need a kayak. You can't go kayak fishing without a kayak. So you gotta look for a kayak that fits your needs, fits your situation, your bodies of water, anything that you can do research on to figure out to get you out in the water is what you need. So number one, definitely a kayak. Number two, paddle. You need a paddle. Unless the kayak comes with pedals, which I feel like it doesn't matter, you need those paddles anyway. A paddle is the second thing that you're definitely going to need when you're starting off kayak bass fishing. You don't want to be in a situation when you're out there with pedals and having to get stuck, or the pedals, something wrong, something happens to the pedals and something terribly goes wrong, where you need that safety, you need that second hand plan B attempt to get you back on land. So a paddle, there's a lot of pros to it, where you can position yourself in certain situations where you want to be a little bit more stealthy than the rest, and the paddle will do that. The paddle's going to get you forward, it's going to get you backwards, it's going to get you in any position you need more effectively, I believe, than the pedals. Now, if you do get a pedal kayak, you still want that paddle in there. So that's the second thing that you're definitely going to need when you're kayak fishing. Okay, so third thing that you're gonna need. Well, if you're kayak fishing, you're gonna need rods, your tackle, any equipment that you're gonna bring along with you when you're catching fish out in the kayak. So that includes, you're gonna need your crate, you're gonna need somewhere to stick your tackle in, you're gonna need rod holders, you're gonna need all these things that you gotta be aware of, depending on the kayak you have, on what you need to use for all these equipment that you're bringing on board. And I should have gotten this to be the first, but the kayak was definitely the first one. But the fourth thing that you're going to need, it is important, I think this is the most important thing, is your PFD, guys. You definitely don't want to be on a kayak and be that dummy who goes out there and risks his life on the fact that they didn't bring that safety PFD vest. You need that, guys. So that's the fourth thing that I'm going to mention, is a PFD. Get yourself a good one, one that's going to get you a little bit more space to put all your pliers and stuff like that you need. You necessarily don't need that, but if you're going to go ahead and buy a PFD, buy a good PFD. I definitely love to use my NRS, so recommend the NRS PFDs, but there's a bunch of them out there. The most important thing is that you wear at least one PFD throughout your adventure out in the water. So last but not least, number five is one that, due to this being my opinion and all these choices being something that I would advise anyone who's going out there and kayaking for the first time, or going to be kayaking maybe a second trip, third trip, and still doesn't know what to have on board. The thing that you're going to need to have on board, and one thing I really stress out on my channel, I stress out on my page, is you need to have a first aid kit. It is very, very important to have a first aid kit. Any first aid kit you guys can find, and they sell them anywhere. Walmart, there's no excuse. There's first aid kits anywhere. Grab yourself some bandages, alcohol swabs, patches, anything, because when you're out there kayaking, you might not know it, but you're gonna eventually get stuck with a hook. Fish is gonna scratch you. It's gonna open up wounds on you, and this whole adventure on a kayak has its risks as far as getting hurt and becoming in a situation where either a bug bites you or something like that. You're in nature, so it's one-on-one with nature, one-on-one with being out there with fish. And I don't think I've ever gone out and not had something happen to me. And having that first aid there to help facilitate any wounds getting worse or anything like that. So first aid kit is number 5, and that is the last thing that I think you're gonna need, particularly if you're gonna go out kayak fishing for the first time, or this is what you're gonna be planning on doing for the rest of your life. Now, if you like this video, make sure to go ahead, press that subscribe button, like my video if you like it, if you enjoyed it. Again, I did a playlist on all the things of how to do's and product reviews that will be coming up in the future. So guys, stay tuned to Tackle Fishing Adventures, because I'm going to bring a lot more videos. Stay safe and tight lines.